welcome to Spurs Vision TV. First, I got to say Happy Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year to all you guys in Asia and all those who are celebrating all over the world. Right, guys? And of course, I got to say good evening to all you guys in Asia, good afternoon to all you guys in Europe, and of course, good morning all you guys in the Americas, right? And not to forget Canada, right? Where a lot of our friends come from. Uh, at the moment now, let me just go to chats. Yeah, Happy New Year, Chun Yao. Yeah, big up, big up. Hope you and your family had a good time. Festive season, Chinese New Year. We eat a lot. We eat a lot, right? Before I bring on some guests, I just have to have some words at the moment because Spurs is going to the shits. How am I going to put this, right? All of us have our own opinions of our ownership, right? Some of us are not so happy with them, and a lot of us, I guess, are still on the fence and satisfied, right? All I got to say, I've been big up my cousins, big up, Levy out, Phil P, woo, big up, Phil P, right? All I got to say is this: at the moment, things aren't looking very good for Spurs, right? There's news of Conte not. I mean, there's always rumors and news. Conte is not going to extend his contract, but I've been saying Conte will walk since last January, but somehow or another we got two players for him. We got top four. He's still around, but things are boiling up really badly now at the moment because, as I see it, Conte is not going to be backed at the moment because I guess our club and their owners are in a disarray. Don't know what to do with Conte. And to be honestly, how I see it, I'm just to tell the truth, I've gone to a stage where I've been meh for a very long time, right? I've been a supporter for 40 over years, nearly 40 over years now, right? Being Malaysian, right? I guess a lot of you guys will be thinking it's a big surprise, right? Like I said, in the beginning when Enoch and Levy came in, right? They only had one plan for the club is to make it stable, not to go back in financial ruins and all that. They've done it. And along the way, of course, they'll make their money, right? And of course, being Spurs, we were hovering around mid-table. And since now they've brought us to a next level, kudos to them, but they've not brought us to the next level, right? But of course, while doing all this, they built a great stadium. That I'll give credit to them. Spurs Stadium is a wonderful stadium. I've never been there myself. I'm planning to go one day, right? Hopefully in the near future, right? And enjoy the atmosphere there and all that. But at the moment, there's a lot of discontent, right, going around the fan base, right? I mean, I guess us fans, right, we have to be a bit more ambitious if we want things to happen. We want to win trophies. We want to be fighting to be the elite. We are one of the big six, right? In finances, right? In position for the past decade, right? We've been hovering around there. But as I see it, right, how Levy has been able to run his business model, right? If we as the fan base are going to accept it, we will have to take it as it is. Unless we all band together, unite together as one voice, right? To speak out, to show our discontent, right? Look at my picture that I have behind there. That was the protest that we had, right, this Saturday. I can't be there because I'm in Malaysia. Big up to Brian Daigle, right? Harry Hasper, Iggy, Stelios, right? Who else can I say? Has, right? All the guys who went there protest. Ryan Isaac, Graham, right? And a lot of the guys who has been there. Brian Daigle was standing in the cold with 3 or 4 people last year, right? January, until the last minute. That's when Levy got his signings, and then Paratici got his signing. I don't even talk about Paratici, right? If I go there, it'll go open another whole cans of worms because all the while I've been saying Paratici was brought in to teach Levy things that he didn't know about signing players, the dark arts and all that. So now it's been unveiled, right? Uh, Levy's business plan is very simple because he's got the fan base where he wants them, right? He has a fan base that is not ambitious enough, right? Who's not going to push him, to demand for more things, right? That's how he wants, and he's got us cornered, right? But somehow or another, when we lost to Newcastle United under Nuno last season, right? When the fan base went, leave it out, right? We want Levy out in the stadium. He pushed the panic button again. He knee jerked. He brought in Antonio Conte. Right. Antonio Conte was supposed to come in and bring us to the next level. Right. But honestly, I've been here so long under his regime. I know what he's going to do. He will never change. That is his business plan. He will never buy the players good enough to bring us to the next level. He will buy all the players to make money, and he will hang on to the players until they die, right? Unless he makes the money he wants, then he will send them out. That's how I see it, right? At the moment now, we reach a stage where we are fighting among each other in the fan base, right? So, I mean, even within us, I can honestly admit it, I'm a Levy outer. I've been a Levy outer since the ESL time, right? That's why I came on. I set up this channel. I was hoping that we could find more fans in Asia, in Malaysia, right, to hop on the bandwagon to at least show our discontent in this side of the pond, right? And I've been working, right, with very closely to a lot of the core Levy outers, right, in UK and all that. And there are a lot of them have become my very very close friends, and some of them I can even consider them like family, right? Even I have not even met them personally before. They're good people, honest people, right? People with a heart for the club. In their day, all what we want is the best for our club, right? We want to see our club be successful in winning trophies, be successful, being financially stable, right, and be able to move on. I understand that a lot of us say are very how you call we are accepting where we are, and we are afraid that we might fall back during the sugar days, the scholar days, and all that. But I can tell you one thing: we are too big to fall now, right? We are too big to break down into some kind of financial instability. But we come back to the next thing is that Levy, as our chairman, running our club for the past, how would I say, 22 years, 23 years now, right? He has only delivered only just one cup to us, right? And to be tell the truth, being the big six, right, in the financial stance and all that in the UK, if you compare us with the rest of the big six, we are actually quite shameful, right? To be honestly, to be honest, to tell the truth, right? How I see it is that we all must wake up. That is his business model. Unless we want to make him change, we must unite and have a single voice, not infight with among each other. And to tell the truth, he might change. He might, but to tell the truth, we all know he won't, right? Because he don't think that, you know, uh, that will affect him that much, right? So in that day, all I can say is a big up to all those guys in home ground. I always call them home ground because they're in London. I'm not. I'm overseas, right? They're putting out their time, their effort in the cold, right, to protest, to show their discontent about what's happening. We still have not signed a single player in the January transfer window. It's the 23rd of January, right? So I guess, are we going to be lastminute.com again, right? Are we going to scrounge here and there? And you can't say we don't have the money, guys, right? Our revenue is 400, nearly 450 million pounds, right? Revenue, right? And you take away all the costs and all that, easily we've made profit of at least 100 million pounds, right? Easily, right? Maybe pre-tax or post-tax or whatever. That is how we should be actually focusing on the football, right? But our great chairman always give us a direction that we all can't believe, right? Right? We will put the money back into the team, uh, the DNA of a football club, right? It goes on, right? And the misspent of the fund, the money spent on buying players, no accountability. So that's why if there's no accountability from the top, now we are seeing no accountability roll down all the way to down to the players, because we can see the football in, come on, the results are very obvious now at the moment, right? Even our managers come out and said that, right? We are conceding goals like a relegation team, right? So how I see this at the moment, right? We will have to do something. But enough of me going on and on, right? At the moment, let me bring on some guests. Number one, of course, it will be Elias. Big up, Elias. Right. Welcome to the stream. And another one, of course, is Keshav.
Hey
Keshav,
guys.
big up Keshav. Keshav, of course, is a West Ham fan. He should be very happy, right? They beat. Who did you beat?
Everton, yeah,
Everton. Yeah.
yeah.
And of course, we lost, right? So that's why today's show we'll be talking about what happened in MCT game, and of course tonight
Mhm.
we'll be playing Fulham. I guess tonight's Fulham game will be away, and it will be quite important to see what kind of results we get. Right. Big up to the guys. There's about 11 people watching at the moment. Let me do some shout out to the guests who have joined us at the moment. Right. Let me go through who do we have. Chun Yao, of course. Chun Yao. Big up. Happy New Year. Mark Cousins. Right. Of course. Phil P. Woo! And Fuad Farah. Big up Fuad Farah. Well, Scotty M, big up Scotty M. Hope everything's good. Yep, yep. Outspike Spurs, of course. Okay, so yeah, my back is a bit better now. And Ellie, big up Ellie, big up, big up. Right. Our owners are greedy imbeciles who think about making money on a great name that Bill Nicholson built. And they've come to strip everything that he's built. I don't think they've come to strip everything that is built, but the infrastructure will still be there, but they strip our pride, I guess so. The only thing they'll be stripping is our pride. Guguma, big up Guguma. Uh, Happy Lunar New Year to Guguma. Guguma is from Korea. Guguma, you have the link. If you want to join us, you can join us. Right, right. Annyeong, Guguma. Right, and Farah says Harry Kane needs to go to Bayern to win more trophies. To tell the truth, Fuad, Harry Kane most probably going to Manchester United. Right. Don't forget, we used to be a feeder club to Manchester United. Right, guys. Never forget that. Right. And of course, Derek Hutchinson, big up Derek Hutchinson. I'm not, if I'm not, not if I'm, if my memory, let me know. I think you're from Australia, once again, right, Derek? If I'm not, but I think you should be in UK too, right? Nice one, Levy. Nice one, son. Nice one, Levy. Yep, yep, yep. That's true. And of course, Ellie says, right, Brian Daigle is trying to get our club back, our identity. He stands for what Bill Nick stands for. Brian represents Spurs in his heart. We love, yes, and of course, I had to big up Brian Daigle, right? Brian Daigle has always been the forefront for the Levy Alters and all that. Close friend of mine, right? Howdy, big up Wayne Bonner. Wayne, long time no see. Hope you're well too. Ing Hua, Kong Fa Choi, yeah. Hope you're well. Hope you're well. Right. Sad to hear that you couldn't make it back to Malaysia, right, for Chinese New Year to be with your family, right? I hope everything is good with you in the UK at the moment. I heard you're coming back in March. We have to catch up. All right. And what else does Direction say? Levy is absolute joke. Of course, this is Royal Club, getting out of club. Yep. I guess there's a lot of discontent to us, Levy, and of course, England say happy New Year to you to all of us, right? If Enoch gets progresses by investing in our squad, pivotal moments, yeah, that's true. We all know that, Ali, right? We could have won a couple of finals and to tell the truth, that year that when Leicester won the what called Premier League, I thought we should have won it, right? But somehow or another, in January transfer window, we never strengthened our squad depth. It is what it is. It is what it is, right? Okay, I've had my say, right? I guess since this is a Spurs channel, we'll go and talk about Spurs things first, Keshaf? Before we
Sure.
come to you being the happy one at the moment, you still got moist. I think you're not that happy, you still got moist. Lah.
I'll come to that first. I'll come to that. Yeah.
Yeah, you come to that later. Elias, 2-0 up in the first half, right? I think the goals we got during the MCT game, right? Me and you had to wake up at 3:45 a.m. just to watch that game, correct? I guess that's
Correct,
what more or less.
correct.
Yeah, we our time
Why do
zones
we
and
do
all.
that to ourselves first? I don't know.
No self-torture, Spurs fans. Welcome to the club.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Yep.
That is how I would say. Uh, how I would say is this: that 2-0 up, we were up, and somehow or another, I mean, in the first 5, 10, 15 minutes, we just collapsed, right? And it's so I don't know what to say anymore, right? While being up and while having Conte as a very pragmatic defensive manager, we never expected more or less that to turn around that quickly, right?
I guess we our backline has a lot of blame to take on right now. They are in shambles, and At least by summer, I expect most of the backline to be gone, except maybe one or two players, because this backline cannot defend. I mean, right now the goals are not a big problem. A lot of people, they forget sometimes when we score goals in the first half that the scoring goals for Spurs is right now not a problem. We can score goals. I think if I'm not mistaken, we have like the second most goals in the league right now after Manchester City, and we have conceded like about 30 goals. We have about 39, and I think we have conceded about 30 goals. That record is pretty bad, and it says a lot about your defense. So I don't know why the owners and why the board doesn't realize that the backline needs to go, and the backline is the real issue right now over anything else in terms of the squad. And even though right now we see like, okay, we are not linked with any center backs in the whole January window, which is a disappointment itself. I really don't know what to say, because it is quite disappointing indeed for not just myself and many other fans who are watched that game on the day itself. Or it's disappointing. Just I can
Mm.
only say that.
Of course, it's disappointing. Ellie, check your WhatsApp. I've sent you the link to straight to your WhatsApp DM, right? And of course, if Elias is going to be the second person in Malaysia, right, to start up a Spurs channel. Elias, if you can put your if you can send me the link in the private
I
chats or
can
something like
I
that.
can I can share it in the chat as
Yeah,
well.
you can if
Sure.
you can share in the chats. Then, guys, there's 12 of you, right? I hope at least 12 of you will go over and subscribe to Elias' new channel, especially Keshaf too. Then we
Sure.
can get 15 of you, right? Yep, step up Spurs. Yep, step up Spurs, right? Please join Elias, right? Give him some support, some love, right? That's what we always do, right? Elias in Malaysia too, Guguma.
Yep,
Elias is in
I'm in
Malaysia, yeah.
Malaysia.
He's in Malaysia too, yeah. So we all must give. To tell the truth, the one thing about the Spurs community that I've gotten to know, right? Uh, we support each other. We don't count how big you are, how small you are, right? If you go on the channels, we find support. We all share the love, right? Or we all share the love, right? That's one thing, right? And of course, like what Elias is saying, our defense is a shamble at the moment, right? Somehow or another, that what I guess what Conte has been harping about, right? To get it up, right? To bolster our defense and move on. So and I'm sure also you've heard the rumors that Conte will only be here until end end of this season, right? And to tell the truth, I already been saying in a lot of channels and a lot of shows and streams that I go on, right? I already said Conte has been brought in as a stopgap manager, right? A knee-jerk reaction from what happened, right, in the during the Manchester United game. So I guess that it is what it is, right? At the moment, we are stuck in this scenario, of course. And let me come to Keshav. Keshav, 2-0 at home
Mm,
against a struggling Everton.
mm.
At least you scored 2 goals. The Moyes scenario, what do you still feel? Do you still want him out? Because there's a lot of rumors out there saying that if you get rid of Moyes, right, Moyes will go. They will get rid of Lampard, and then straight away Moyes will slip into back into Everton.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yep. Like I said, I still want Moyes to go. Few reasons why. Because we have look, the West Ham squad has potential. We've got outstanding players. We've got Rice. We've got Paketa. We've got Skamaka. We've got a very good team, and I think Moyes does not have the qualities or the tactical plan of how to play teams well, or even if you're in a goal down, we don't know how to crawl ourselves back in the game. So in that sense, I'm in still the fact that Moy should go. A lot of the West Ham fans should say Moy should go. Yes, the 2-0 win was a very good win, and I'll say this, that we are playing a relegation side team, so it's not to say that they also were in pressure today. Everton are in a really perilous position, and we were also in a very perilous position before the game. So it was a very high tense game, and we needed to win the game. And if we lost the game today, Moyes would have gone, and probably the possible candidates to take the job. I think one of them comes to mind is Rafa Benitez, which I don't think I'll be very satisfied with. I know he's a very good manager, but short-term deal would possibly work. But I would probably go for someone like a Sean Dyche because I'm very impressed with what he's done, especially with a side like Burnley, who he just kept up, and he also, um, made Burnley go into the Europa League, and all those stuff. So, like I said, the 2-0 win was good. I'm very pleased with it. A lot of things I'm very happy with, especially when I was looking at the lineups. We played three at the back, and I'm thinking, oh my god, I feel, to be honest, that Moyes is a very defensive manager, because when you see a team like us with the potential to play three at the back, it's like playing five at the back. Like I said, it shows that you're not being briefed to go out and play. So in that sort of sense, I feel like we should play 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3. But like I said, we need to stop conceding goals and start scoring. And to be honest, some of the goals saw in that game, we're quite lucky. And like I said, stress on it again that we're playing a relegation side team. So it's a good momentum. I'm very happy Bowen scored those two goals. I think we needed a win, and it was very important. But it's now where we are seeing in the next couple of games. We've got Newcastle away, we've got Chelsea at home, and we've got Spurs at home. Sorry, away.
Yeah,
So it's not going to be
yeah.
easy, but I'm still thinking Moy should go, because don't get me wrong, he's done very well, and I'm very pleased with what he's given us. But there has to be, there has to be a time where you've got the squad capable, but you just need the next level manager, or a little bit up higher than Moyes, who can take us. But right now, this win doesn't change the stance of what I'm saying, which is Moyes out. But like I said, there are a lot of things I can say. Ogot played very well in the game. We got him for 25 million from Rons. Very good defender, very composed. We've got
You're
what's his name?
Dawson, right?
Yes, Dawson unfortunately left to Wolves, so we really miss him.
Yeah, you lost Dawson. Yeah, you lost Dawson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's very
But
reliable defender.
but you got a replacement, right? At least you get a replacement. Being a Spurs fan, we still got Zilch.
We've got four defenders. We've got Kara, Obona, Zuma, and Agot. So pretty good, I think I'll say.
But
But
has Ogot come back yet? Is he
oh
still
yeah,
injured?
no, he played against Everton.
Okay, that means he's back. That means I think ever since he's come back, I think your defense has bolstered up, performed much more better now at the moment, because he's part of a very very crucial part of your defense at the moment, if I
Yeah,
see it.
and
Yeah.
and like I said, I think the defense played a crucial part. And what I was pleased most about the game was the fact that we are more hungrier, and I think the way especially the defense, intercepted the ball very well. Emerson and what's his name, Kufal, started to attack better in the wings. They played wing backs, and there's a lot of talk on Antonio wanting to leave, and let me tell you, there's a lot of toxicity around the club in terms of getting Moyes out of the door. And
Yeah. You got Ings in.
yeah, I know we got Ings in. I'm very pleased with that,
Yeah, I
actually.
remember you got Ings in too, right? And we what do we have? Oh God, you getting more things. You're getting more players than we have at the moment,
Of
right?
course, they
Yeah,
are
but
getting
Yeah,
kings.
yeah.
but the
And
problem with
Kukuma,
our players,
yeah. The thing is,
Annyeong.
안녕하세요, Kukuma.
안녕하세요. Hi
Yeah,
Eugene. Hi Elias. Hi
yeah,
Kesha.
I,
yeah. Happy Lunar New Year, Kukuma. How's the
Happy
holidays
New
been?
Year. It was good. It's
Yeah,
good. Nice
good.
rest.
Family, night, family, food, right? And are you still on holiday now, or you back to work already?
No, I'm back. I came back a couple days ago. So
Okay,
yeah.
that's good. That's
hmm
good. Right. So sorry, Keshav, to break your train of thought there. So you were
yeah,
going. Go ahead. You're
I was
saying about
saying, oh,
Moyes, and we were talking about Ings. You got Ings in, and then I think during the game, right, a lot of people were hoping that Ings were going to start, but somehow or other Moyes still stuck with Antonio, and you still
yeah,
got the result. So to tell the truth, in the end of the day, it doesn't matter what happens, right? The result is the most important part of it, right? If you get the results, then a lot of things still can be considered, you know, bygones let bygones be bygones, and everything will be a water under the bridge. But like you said, you have the matches coming up,
mm,
right? Whether the how you call the results will be favorable to you guys or not, then that's another issue, another thing to contemplate, because you're talking you're going to play Newcastle, right? Newcastle is not going to be easy,
yeah,
and of course you're going to play Chelsea,
yeah,
somehow another Chelsea at the moment, right?
mm, yeah.
Yeah, hold on, Chelsea at the moment is a bit off at the moment, right?
And Spurs
Uh,
probably will win that.
yeah. Sorry, Ellie, I sent you the wrong link. hold on. Let me send you the correct link. Yeah. This one you're multitasking. Here's the link, Ellie. All right. Okay, Ellie is coming on soon. Okay, Ellie, just send it to you
Hey,
on WhatsApp.
Ellie.
Ellie will be coming on soon. Yeah, Ellie's got it. Right. So at the moment now, you guys are actually signing people. We aren't signing people, but at least you're getting some results out there. Even our manager is saying that what with the defense that we have now, we're in actually relegation form defense. Right. Hold on. Let me bring on Ellie. Big up,
Hello,
Ellie. How are
hello,
you
Hi,
doing, Ellie?
Jane. Loving the
Uh,
show.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Ellie.
Hello,
How are you?
Gaguma.
Hi,
Yeah,
Ellie. Good to see
Hello,
Hi,
you.
Ali.
hello,
yeah,
Hi.
lad.
yeah.
You alright?
Ellie, yeah, Ellie,
Yeah,
meet Elias and meet
I know
Kesha.
Elias.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sure
Me
you
and
know
Ali
him.
and I
Elias
are
are
good
buds.
friends.
Yeah,
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 we're best friends.
yeah. And Kesha was a West Ham fan, so we're being jealous of Kesha at the moment.
The West Ham fan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a West Ham fan, so
Oh,
we're being
someone
jealous
has
of
to
him at the
support
moment.
them.
Yeah, and he's based in Malaysia too, so
Yeah,
he's
that's nice.
yeah, that's nice. Yeah, yeah. How have you been doing, Ali? We've been
Right.
talking about, of course, the Manchester City game with Kesha, right? I'm sure that you and we all witnessed what happened, right? Being too up
Yeah,
at
it's the
in
same.
the first half and just collapsing in the second half, right?
Yeah.
So, how do you feel? I mean, the thoughts and
Well, I was out with Bobby Kay with his boys at the restaurant with loads of
oh
other
yeah,
managers,
but okay, we're
and we
having
were
dinner,
watching
right?
it on the table, and we were 2-0 up. And then when we went to leave, it was 2-2. And I thought, oh my God. And then I got into the car. As soon as I stepped one foot in the car, it was 3-2. And then I got home and they scored again. So I was really cheesed off, to say the least.
Yeah, we were all cheesed off, right? Me and
Yeah.
Elias had to wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning to watch that game to be cheesed off.
It's a pity.
Yeah.
There's no
I guess
fun.
Guguma did. Yeah, if Guguma had to wake up to watch that game, should have wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning to watch that game.
She was
Yeah.
a speech therapy.
Yeah, yeah,
Anyway,
Guguma. Yeah, and Guguma, did you watch the M City game?
Yes, I watched it, but I watched it on replay. The replay one.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
thought that we're gonna win too, like at the
Yeah,
end,
yeah,
like first half. But then, yeah, I was so shocked that they made so many goals so quickly.
I know.
Yeah.
yeah. Too many.
You're
How you call it? Too many individual errors.
Yeah.
To say, right? Laurie's near post, Laurie's flapping, and some another Hugo now at the moment. I think his expiry date has come up, so I guess it's time to move on
Yeah.
from him. So yeah, but
Just going to
it's
the
January. It's a
cup.
January transfer window, right, Ellie? It's the window
Yeah.
is open. If you've got a bad goalkeeper who's not performing, right, go and get a
Yeah.
goalkeeper from somewhere. That's how I
Yeah.
see it. But,
Yeah.
yeah,
Put
we
the
will
pressure
never
on
get it.
him as well. Because pressure makes players play better. If they feel comfortable and they know they're not going to get dropped, and he hasn't dropped him, really. He didn't play him because he came back from the World Cup. So he hasn't
Mhm.
dropped him because he's the captain. If he wasn't captain, I think he would have dropped him.
Yeah, because if he drops him, right, I guess he will never be captain again. Most probably that's the
That's
thing,
right.
right? But
It's like
uh,
his
but the
last
thing I
year,
guess,
I think they're going to see him
yeah,
now.
yeah. But the thing is that you have to make the hard decisions, right? I mean, you are the manager,
yep.
you're in charge.
I
You have
would
to make
make
the
a hard
decisions.
decision to leave him on the bench.
Yeah,
Honestly, he's
yeah,
cost
That's not
us
a hard
many
decision.
goals.
That's what should be happening. I would
yeah,
give Foster a chance over Lloris right now.
mm, yeah. Yeah, we will come into that, right, when we do the preview for tonight's game. Don't forget, right? At
You
least
know
West
what?
Ham has won their game, right? We're going to play Fulham away later tonight at what called 8 p.m. 8
Yeah.
p.m. UK time. That will be another 4 a.m. show for us again. 4 a.m. game again for me and Elias.
Come on, you can do it,
Yep.
Eugene. You,
No, it's quite good
you
for me at the moment.
splash
Yeah,
your
because
face in cold water.
to me, it's quite okay because you know why? I'm actually on holiday at the moment because it's the
Ah,
Lunar New Year. Yeah, I'm
nice.
off until the next coming Wednesday. So,
Okay.
no, it's okay. Yeah, so it wouldn't be too bad, right? It wouldn't be too bad, right? And of course, like Ian Murph says that not only Loris should be dropped, Son should be dropped too at the moment. So I guess
I have
there's a
a
lot of
question. I would like to
yeah.
take on this, Ian,
Yeah,
Matt.
go ahead,
If
Ila.
you would like to drop Sun, who would you rather play? Because Richarlison is not fit for this game, just so you know. Yeah.
Richarlison is out again. Uh,
Yep. He's not starting.
okay. Uh, you see Kesha.
Richarlison is still not fit. He's still
Yeah,
injured.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
would
got.
take Brian Hill.
he aggravated his injury, so he's out of this
Yeah,
game.
Oh no.
yeah. So I guess
Anyways, Richarlison is no better in that position as well, so I would rather play Sun there.
to tell the truth, what is happening is, Kesha, that is how our medical team works, right? One player comes back for one game and then they get injured again.
What I would do, I would rest Sonny to the bench, and if it's not going well, I'll take Brian Hill because he's shown promise and he deserves another try, right?
Me
And if
Mm,
too,
it's
Ellie.
not
Me too.
working, I know I like him because he's such an intelligent player, and he
Yeah, I
puts
like him
really,
too.
yeah, he does good, man. It. I like
Mm-hmm.
him a lot because he makes runs and he's not scared to take the player on. He's
Yes.
confident.
Mm-hmm.
He might not have the physicality, but he has the know-how up the top. He knows how to move around the pitch. He ain't gonna
Also,
fly
whenever he
forward.
falls down, he gets up really quick too.
Yeah,
You
he
know.
does. Because he's
Mm-hmm.
only a small lad. He's
Yeah.
tiny, what, 5'7", 5'8", and he's
Mm-hmm.
small in stature. So he's obviously going to find it more difficult. But look at Bernardo Silva. He's the same stature as him.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
he copes very well. You have to give him a try. Yeah, because
But
Sonny's
the thing with
performing.
Ellie, the thing with Brian, with Hill is the problem is that I guess he's too slender at the moment, right?
You
He
say that,
bounces off. He bounces off players like a ping pong ball. That's the sad
I know
part.
what you mean, but when he does
Yeah,
get past the players, he's
yeah.
very effective. And what I
Yeah,
like
that's true.
about him is his
Yeah.
movement. His movement is very good because he creates space for other players. If you look at him, Eugene, I used to be like that. I was very small, right, when I was
Mm,
playing, right, but
Mm-hmm.
I didn't always use my physicality because I had none. I was only 8 stone, but I used my brain, and that's what he does. He uses his brain very well, and he deserves a chance because he's been performing well whenever he's played. You know,
mm.
and then Sonny will get the idea right. I've got to buck my ideas up and pull his finger out because he's not been performing up to his level. And he's
That's
not
true.
been
That's
scoring
true.
either.
Yeah,
Because
but
we know Sonny's better than he's showing. We do.
yeah, but to tell the truth, right? We all know Conte. He's stubborn. He will always stick to
Yeah,
the players that he wants to play with, right?
I
And
know.
to be honest, to tell the truth, right? You ask Keshav also, he supports a London club, right? This is more like we're all London club supporters here, right? We are playing Fulham, right? And some another with Fulham being up there now, right? In the
Yeah,
top 10, right? So
he's playing
that's
very
what
well.
Keshav being West Ham, uh, that how do you actually feel now, right? Fulham coming back from the championship,
Relegation.
yeah,
Mm.
from championship and coming back up, and now actually showing. And to tell the truth, Mitrovic at last is coming good. To be honest, to that, after
Mm.
2 3 seasons trying in the Premier League, he hasn't been able to be successful. At last, he's coming good, right? Um, Kesha, Fulham against Spurs, right? What are your thoughts on this game?
Um, it's going to be tough. Fulham on form right now. I know they lost to Newcastle, but they've been. I would say very. I think I would say the most impressive team out of Newcastle. To be fair, very good team. They've got some very good attacking options as well in Decordova Reed and Paulinia in the middle of the park, and then they got Mitrovic and they bought Daniel James. I think they're playing their team in a style that allows you to counter attack or play in a very quick way. That's why they have quick wingers. That's why their midfield is very defensive, trying to tackle the balls very quickly. And I think Marcus Silva's done a very good job. And it's quite surprising to see them where they are. We should be there, by the way, but let's put that aside.
Yeah.
But yeah, very impressed. In terms of Spurs, I think right now I know your club is not in I would say, good state, or so it might be it's difficult. I understand, but I think Fulham have got confidence. I think Fulham. I think it's not going to be an easy game. But I think Spurs have got enough, if you ask me, to really go out and win against Fulham. But I'm going to probably say 2-1 to Spurs. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. 2-1 to Spurs. That's the thing at the moment now, right? Even being a Spurs fan at the moment, I'm sure if to tell you if you go by our heart, of course we want Spurs to
Mm,
win, right? I'm sure if you ask Elias, right? Elias, if you go by your heart, you want Spurs to win. But if you think about the form, the logic,
mm.
how fantastic our defense is. What happened to Elias? Elias is taking a time break. Okay, never mind. Right. I come back to you, Ali and Guguma. Do you
Yeah.
think our defense, right, will be able to handle a player like Mitrovic, right, and with Dan James running down the wings against either Emerson or Sessignon or Doherty and all that? Do you think that we actually can be able to contain them at the moment, being our defense is so frail at the moment? Pick up Clement, pick up Tony.
I'll let
Right, thanks
Guguma
for the
go
support.
first on that one.
Yeah, yeah, Guguma,
Guguma, you go first on that one.
are you there, Guguma? No,
You
Guguma
gone?
is not there anymore. Yeah.
All right,
No,
I'll
she's I
take
think
it.
she's on mute.
I'm
You go.
sorry. Yes, I'm
Okay.
Okay,
here.
Yeah.
okay. Go ahead, Guguma. Do you hear the question?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat it? I was away for a second.
No, no, no problem. No, I'm saying, with Mitrovic, right, and
Mhm.
with the players that Fulham have at the moment, do you think our defense will be able to contain them, right? We saw what happened in M City, right? So hopefully, like you say, having Dyer there, having either we don't even know whether we want Langley or Davis, right? Because what Langley did on the last Thursday night, giving away that goal with that individual error. Do you think that will be a problem that we can actually solve at the moment?
Mm, I don't know Fulham's team that well. I do know that Mitrovic is supposed to be very good.
Mhm.
Um, but in terms of our team, I feel like right now they, I think they could deal with Fulham, but I feel like the biggest problem, probably from what I felt, is that the morale is down and their confidence is so down. So I think
Uh,
that's the biggest thing. I think if the confidence was up and like, you know, there was a better spirit in the squad, then we would be okay against Fulham. But I'm just worried about, you know, how the players' mindset is.
yeah, yeah, yeah. With all the
Yeah.
drama going around at the moment. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
And Ellie, your thoughts on that?
Yeah. Yeah. I think Andreas Pereira and Paulinho are going to cause us problems. And even Willian, if he's on form, because he always seems to play well against us. And we know
Mm.
what we're going to get from Mitrovic.
Ah,
He's
they
going
have
to be
William
very,
too. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah, he's
they
going to be
do.
very physical, Mitrovic. At White Hart Lane, he scored a blinder, but he was out
yeah,
of the match because we marked him very well. But we let him have five minutes and he scored, and it was a very good goal he scored, but we managed to beat them that day. I think we've just got enough to beat them, and we seem to be performing a little bit more, not better, but we're a little, because we haven't got our crowd on our back, right? So I think they will win, but it'll be very narrow margin, maybe 3-2 or even 2-1, something like that. And then they've got Bern Leno in goal, who's been performing very, 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 very well for them this season. He's a decent goalie, and Arsenal were wrong to get rid of him. I'm telling you, they should have kept
yeah,
hold of him, because if their first choice gets injured, they really haven't got a massive backup. Whereas, nor have we. We should have bought better than Forster. We should have bought someone more experienced. Not more experienced, sorry, he's experienced, but someone with a bit more credibility. Yeah,
yeah.
that's just
That's
my
true.
take on
That's
it.
true. Yeah. And Krish, what do you think? Right,
No, I
our
think I
defense.
absolutely agree with Ali. I have a very bad feeling about tonight's game, actually. I don't think we are going to come up with a win. The best possible result might be a draw for us, given the
Mhm.
form that we are in and given the kind of players that Fulham has. I don't think that we have it in us to win it tonight. with the recent run of games and the form that we are going to. And I'd rather we lose actually tonight, so that there is some pressure on the owners to do something. And I'd rather we lose tonight, honestly,
Okay.
because but I think it will be a draw. I can very likely see a 1-1 draw or a 2-2 draw. Either sorry, 1-1 draw or a 2-1 loss. Because
Okay.
the kind of defense that we have right now, I don't see us winning games with them. And given a team like Fulham, who has very good attacking options in the form of Mitrovic, you have Carlos Vinicius even now, who is playing very well. You even have players like Andres Pereira, as just Ali said. Andres Pereira has been in form. I don't know why Spurs didn't went for him. He's a class cam right now. He's the kind of cam that we need at Spurs at this point of time, and he is doing very well in Fulham. I actually admire him a lot for the way he actually creates play, and I think he has a bright future ahead of him. And he's actually going to cause us a lot of problems if we have defense like Dyer, Langley, even Davis. They can be easily caught in the kind of tricks that Andres Pereira plays. So I have a
Ali.
very bad feeling about tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like what Tony Rodriguez says, is very simple. Langley is much better as the center back, right? Not many runs required. I want to see Davis, Langley, and Romero. Maybe tonight, Conte will try that, right? And of course,
No,
Mitrovic wins.
not tonight. I don't think it will be tonight because Langley made an error towards leading towards the last goal.
Oh
So
yeah, that's true too.
Dyer
That's
had a much relatively game in City.
yeah.
Overall, yes, Langley is a better player, but I think Dyer will start. However, I do want Dyer to be gone as well. He's getting over my.
Don't worry,
He's
Krish. You know, we will give him a 3-year extension in his contract, right? And he'll be there until he retires. That's what
Yeah.
Spurs,
His
right?
wife,
That's
his mother is a lawyer, so
yeah,
I think
yeah.
he's negotiating that
And
deal.
of course, yeah. But of course, what Tony says is true too, right? Mitrovic actually wins more or less of the area duels against any defense, right? But he's a beast in the air. But we will still win 3-2. But at the moment now, a lot of Spurs fans, usually when we reach this kind of stage when we don't give much hope to our team, right? Remember against the Crystal Palace game too, we all say, we ain't gonna win, we ain't gonna do this, we ain't gonna do that. So somehow or other, we still got the results. So maybe we're just hoping for that kind of miracle to happen. But let's see what happens from there. But at the moment now, as we move from there, right, then of course we come down to the things is that will Loris be dropped? Let me go to Kesha first, right? Kesha, I'm sure even though you're not a Spurs fan, I'm sure also you know about Hugo Loris, a World Cup winner. I mean, a top shot stopper, and not too good with his feet and passing, but what, how do you see Loris as a perspective as a fan from another club, right? Do you think he deserves to still be the captain of the team and to be actually in between the posts?
I still think he's a good keeper, but I don't think he's a good enough captain to lead the side. Because I'm sure there's better captains out there in the Spurs team. I think maybe Hoiberg maybe might be one of them, or Harry Kane, or somebody who can rally the team. I just don't think Lloris is that type. But I know Lloris has got very good pedigree. He's a World Cup, or not World Cup, sorry, uh, very good
He's a,
shot stopper.
he's a World Cup winner.
I forgot, yeah, World Cup.
Yeah,
That's
he's a
right.
World Cup winner. Yeah.
Yeah. So I still think he's a good keeper. Foster to me does not have enough, how do I say, pedigree to sort of lead the line, because I think you want a goalkeeper to sort of rally your defense, make sure you get your defense organized and all that sort of stuff. So in that sense, I still think you should keep Lloris, but don't let him be your captain. I think.
Okay, that's going to be a bit weird. Yeah, that's a bit weird.
I
But
agree.
the thing is that if you do take that captainship out of Loris's arm, right? Then if you go give it to Kane or Hoybier or whoever he's going to get it from, he will never get the captainship back. To tell the truth, right? That
Well
means you're
done,
just telling him,
you pronounced his name right. Hoybier.
yeah,
Hobier.
Hoybier,
Well done.
Hoybier,
Hoybier, yeah, you pronounced his name right.
yeah, Hoybier, yeah, Hoybier,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But some
Yeah,
people say Hoiberg.
Hoiberg, yeah, Hoybier. Of course, Hoybier,
Hoybier.
Hoybier, Hoybier.
Yeah.
Yeah, we come to it, right, Ellie? If I ask you, right, is
Yes.
the defense the problem, or is it actually Lloris the problem? Because a lot of times when we see his mistakes, right, it seems to be more like he is the problem apart from the defense. But if you being a top class goalkeeper, right, with the defense that we have in front of you, right, wouldn't you not have that confidence? You'll be more nervous, right? Or
Yeah,
what
you have
what Keshav says, right? You have to be more commanding, right, of the defenders that you have in front of you.
it's a collective thing, Eugene. It's from even from the midfield where they're not tucking in and the right wing backs are not tucking in to help the defence because the defence is weak. We know they are. They make mistakes as well. They're not just weak; they make mistakes. So when you're Lloris, you have to be focused even more so that you've got a brilliant defence in front of you. You know, because at the end of the day, if you're not focused 100%, even 95% you're focused, that 5% could be the time when you're going to let in a goal. You have, I would say to Lloris, make sure you go out there and stick, you make sure you're looking everywhere because the defenders are not always going to cover you. They aren't. They haven't got the recovery pace either to recover. None of them are fast apart from Romero, but he can't do everything.
But
He
Romero
can't
has been poor
he can't
lately, Ali.
cover all the mistakes, and even him hasn't been playing to his high standards
Exactly.
that we saw last season. Even he's dropped in form, right? And it might be the World Cup tiredness. We don't know, but
The
he's
mental
starting to
mental
pick up.
mental toll is taken on him. Maybe that
It's a
that has
mental
actually
thing.
affected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be on a high from winning the World Cup, just put it that way. But I think he started to show signs that he's back. Little
Hmm.
signs here and there. You know what I like about Romero? When he does a tackle and he looks down on the player in disgust and he thinks that's when you know you've got the Romero back. And he did it against Man City to Grealish. He looked down on him and he thought, get up, you silly sod.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And DV, if not mistaken, Elias has said that Richarlison is back on the injury hit list. Call it the injury hit list at the moment now.
How
So I
did
guess
he
he
get
won't be.
injured?
I know. Elias, how did he get injured? Muscle injury again?
It's a muscle injury. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always a muscle injury. Spurs and the muscle injury saga. Our players always get muscle injuries, never ending muscle injuries, right? Right. But what reload, big up, reload. Welcome to the show. Right, of course,
Reload.
big up reload, and of course a big up to DV too. DV, first time seeing on the show. Thanks for your support, right? And of course, what Tony says that is very simple. Loris, despite his mistake, is still much a better goalkeeper than Foster. Foster looks like a newborn calf when he moves. Yeah, bad at close range. But to tell the truth, in the end, what he says, right? Our defense is, you know what? That's the sad part. But somehow or another, I think Foster is a big guy. He shows much more. The presence, his presence is much more commanding in that box. So I guess maybe a lot of us are say maybe give him a chance, right? Because it's not to say he doesn't have experience in the Premier League, but maybe the standard is not as high as Lloris. But he has been playing for Southampton for some time, and of course, don't forget he did play for Celtic. Of course, Celtic is you know in the Scottish League. But he's won things with Celtic. Come on, even Foster has won things.
Yep.
Oh, that's so sad. Oh, dear. Okay. Uh, where do we go from there, right? So, and of course, at the moment now, since we know that our defense is that bad, right? And then I'm going to come back to Keshav now. Keshav, of course, I'm not sure whether you know that we have our midfielders. Of course, Ellie knows Højbjerg, right? Højbjerg is very, very close to her heart,
Yes,
heart, close to her
yes.
heart, right? Uh, Yeah, because like what we see at the moment now, right? Højbjerg has always been the main focal point of our midfield, right? It's always either Højbjerg with Bissouma, Højbjerg with Sa, Højbjerg with Skip, right? We very seldom see there's a mashup with the other defenders and all that. Do you think Conte tonight should maybe try something else, but maybe put Bissouma and Sa inside, right? Because to come to think of it, we do play the 3-4-3, which comes up to a certain scenario. And oh, I forgot Benton Core, right? Well, of course, Højbjerg with Benton Core, and of course with Benton Core there, somehow or another we seem to be a bit more stable in the midfield at the
More
moment.
creative, I'll say.
Yeah, more creative and stable in the midfield with Bentancur. And I think Bentancur gives Højbjerg a more free role to run around, right, when he's holding
Yeah.
up the ball over there. So do you think that, with Højbjerg and Bentancur, do you think we will be able to more or less do something in midfield?
Yeah, I think so. I think you have a good midfield, but I think I'll come to the formation. I think you're playing, if I'm not mistaken, three at the back. So I think in that way it makes it look quite defensive. So I think in terms of, because I know Conte tries to stick with his formations quite frequently. 3-5-2, 3-4-2-1, 4-5-3-2. But I think maybe if you want to try and probably change things up, probably play a 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, maybe put Højbjerg as the defensive midfielder. Then you probably can have, what's his name, Bissouma and Bentancur.
Yeah.
So very good steal of midfield there to cover the defense. And you can support those in the midfield with those wingers. You have Son, Kulusevski, and Kane. So I think maybe a switch of formation can help. Maybe the 4-3-3 formation might work, but I feel the 3-4-3 is quite um, defensive, and I think in these past few games, I think you've not been getting the results. So I think in that sense, maybe a switch of formation might work. Højbjerg is a very good defender, but Tanko is. And I think Bissouma, I don't know whether Bissouma scored that many goals, but I know he's a very talented midfielder, very good, a lot of potential. But I think you need to find a formation that probably suit those three, and I think maybe 4-3-3 might help. So maybe in that sense it might work. But I think from a gut feeling, I think probably Conte will probably stick with the same. So I probably don't think he'll change. I think as he doesn't usually, he likes to stick to his guns and all that. So I think that's what he will do.
That's true. That's true. But of course, like what Scotland says that right, he would like to see Bentancur and Bissouma midfield today, but we won't because we struggle, right? We will struggle again to progress the ball with Højbjerg, and to see how that goes, right? At the moment, we do have this problem. Somehow or another, our defense are not linking up with our midfield, and our midfield not linking up properly with our forward players. That's the problem that we do see a lot at the moment. Without Højbjerg around, without Bentancur around, right? So with Bentancur coming back, giving Højbjerg a freer role, right, to run forward, to play more forwardly, right? Because this season is a season that we've been quite surprised because Højbjerg has been scoring a few goals, right? Ellie,
Yeah.
giving a lot of assists, a few assists and a few goals at the moment. Hopefully with Højbjerg and Bentancur, maybe Højbjerg will be able to be that link between our forward players and our
Yeah.
midfield. That's how I hope we see it. But at the moment now, we're all just speculating, guessing on who will be playing against Fulham at the moment, right? And of course, Guguma, your thoughts on Bentancur coming back, right? I'm sure he's one of the more impressive players that we know we've seen this season, right? Bought in last January. I guess this is more or less exactly 1 year, right? That since the Juventus pair have come in, right? Because uh, giving us the false hope of reaching top four last season and bring us all as fans to a certain levels of expectations that we will be moving forward from there. But of course, being a Tottenham Hotspur fan, the expectations are always shot down by our great leader and chairman, Mr. Daniel Levy. So at the moment now, things have not been too well. But at least one good news is that Bentancur is back.
Yeah,
Do you feel that the link up with Bentancur there, the link up will be very much better, and maybe Sonny can get a goal right from all this that's been played around.
definitely. I love Bentancur. He's one of my favorite players. I feel like when he's playing and when he's not playing, it's so different, you know?
That's
So,
true.
yeah, I think he's definitely going to bring a difference when he comes in, for sure. We're much better with him, I feel like. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. And of course, Ellie, right?
Yeah.
With Benton call back. That will free Højbjerg up. Maybe Højbjerg will get a goal or two, this at least a goal and an assist or something, right? That's all.
Wow. Hmm.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what? I was on Will Stewart's show, and a guy was questioning Kane's passing ability compared to Højbjerg's. And you know what? I wasn't actually shocked, but Højbjerg has got a better passing accuracy than Kane on the long ball. On the long ball, he has. He's more accurate because he finds his man, whereas Kane passes it into space because he knows that Son will run onto it. It
Yeah,
doesn't have to be that accurate. It just has to be aimed at Son's space for him to run. Right, so I wasn't shocked at that. And Højbjerg has scored 5 goals and 2 assists this season, and he
hmm,
scored very important goals, like the one against Chelsea that got us back into the match, and we drew
yeah,
2.
Yeah.
We were actually getting thrashed in that game. We were
that's true.
getting peppered, weren't we? And
Uh,
he broke
I don't even know how we drew that game.
I don't know, but Eugene, you were very, very lucky in that game. But
Very,
remember,
very lucky. Very, very lucky. Yeah. And
Højbjerg's
DV
one of
saying,
those players he's like Marmite. You either hate him or you love him. Right? I
yeah,
love him because of his work ethic. I like his attitude. I like him in the
Yeah.
dressing room. He offers a lot to the team to make us grow up. We're sometimes we play very immaturely, on the pitch. And he's only 27 himself. So he's not like he's an old man yet. He's still got 3 or 4 years. But I just hope I just hope fans that don't warm to him actually see his worth like I watch him off the ball as well, and he's tremendous off the ball. He's pointing where players should go. But you know what? Some of them don't listen, and we get found out a lot,
yeah,
because they're
that's
not
true.
in position. And he's saying, "Get back into position." But
Um,
he points. Look, you go there, and they don't. They don't. So
Mm,
that's where I think if he was captain, Eugene, I think they would listen to him because
yeah,
he has got authority. But when you're captain, I think people respect you more. You know.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
don't
yeah,
like a
that's true.
goalkeeper as a captain either. The
That's
goalkeeper
true.
should never be the captain.
But the thing is that Loris has been our captain for how many years now, right? If
I
I can't
know.
even remember, five, seven,
Can't
seven, six
listen,
years
can
he's
you?
been there. Yeah. So, but let me get
Can't.
back to this, right? DV says the lineup should be something like this: Loris, Emerson. Oh my God! If you say Emerson, that name, you'll trigger a lot of people.
Well,
Emerson.
Doherty has been equally bad.
Emerson, Romero, Dyer, right? Perisic, Bendencourt, Højbjerg, Kulu, Kane, and Richarlison. That'll be his preferred lineup.
No,
But
Richarlison is
uh,
not playing. Sorry, bro.
yeah, Richarlison is
Richarlison is not
injured
playing.
at the moment. DV,
Actually, it's
Richarlison.
not a muscle injury like a new injury. It's just that he has not recovered fully from
He's
from the
re-aggravated back his own injury, if you can
yes,
call it. Yeah. So,
exactly. The
like I
fitness
said,
issues.
our medical staff is very well trained, so they are very well in doing handling scenarios like that, right? So,
Actually, that's
if
another
we
thing I wanted to bring up. Sorry, Eugene, carry on. Maybe I'll bring it up later.
go ahead.
No,
I'm
because
just bringing.
I can see a big difference in our injuries since that Italian coach has passed away, the fitness
Oh
coach we
yeah,
had.
Gian Piero.
There's a big difference in the terms we are playing and the way we are getting injured and the way we are recovering. It's different from last year, and I wonder if that plays a big part on the way players are playing and can see that. I mean, the way we are playing again back now, or
Oh,
when we have 2 games a week, we are struggling really. Oh, that's a
Breaking news!
breaking
Breaking news!
news.
Breaking news!
yeah.
Frank Lampard has been sacked. So let's check all the
I
media
hope he's
outlets.
not coming to Spurs.
Frank Lampard has been sacked, right? David Moyes is moving to Everton, right? Uh,
I hope it's
He's
not
gone.
coming to Spurs because we have a tendency to hire the sack Chelsea managers.
I don't know why. That's one thing we should break that trend of actually hiring Chelsea managers. That's the thing, right?
No, I think there's nothing
Uh,
wrong with it, but you hire the right manager. For example, Conte, he's the right manager. You go don't go and hire Lampard. I mean, I'll kill somebody if I see Lampard there. Sorry. I'm just figuratively speaking. I won't kill
yeah,
anybody.
yeah.
We
But
don't
actually,
promote
Lampard
violence.
has been sacked. That is the breaking news according to Ian, right? But it is what it is. I mean, Lampard. I mean, the writing's on the wall for Lampard. That's how I see it for a long time, right? The results he's not getting out of them, and somehow or another, I don't understand. I mean, a lot of I'm sure Ellie, right? We are the senior, being the
Yeah,
old
we are the seniors.
Spurs fan here, right? The senior ones, right? There are a lot of that's why our senior Spurs fans were saying that we are very frightened. We turn up to become something like Everton, dump in hundreds of millions of pounds, and then you get to this kind of scenario where you're fighting relegation, right? That is
Yeah,
the fear that we all have at the moment. But like I said, we are too big to fall at the moment because we are worth once your worth reaches billions, right? You become too big to fall because it's it, they won't let you fall. There'll be someone who will come and pick it up, no matter. That's how I feel, right?
yeah.
Yeah, and that's what the Wayne is saying. Oh, hold on, wait, we have a medical staff. I thought, no, we don't. We just have some shaman in the background, burning some incenses, and then you're good to go. Oh dear, oh dear. So now, because since Lampard's been sacked, let me ask Keshav this question, right? Because Keshav has been a moist out guy. I guess you're getting your dream had come true very soon, right?
I'm not sure about that. I think he'll probably stay. Not my ideal choice for him to stay, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
I think most Western fans will be very disappointed that he's not left yet. But it is what it is. You have to back your manager, and like I said, he's done great things for us. But when it's time to go, he has to go. So yeah,
wait, yeah, but wait, it might not be moist. Look who might be going to Everton.
Oh, that would be interesting
Oh,
indeed.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
I'd
that would be
rather
Maybe
he
fun.
go
Thomas
there
Tuchel.
than come back here. I'd
That's
rather he
true.
go there than join
I'd rather
us.
you go there
Nah,
than come back here. Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
agree with you, Leah. I love
yeah,
Pochettino.
yeah.
No,
Big
I
up,
have
Um,
guys. Big
reasons.
up,
I
Cassie
love
early.
Pochettino and his football as well. I have my reasons.
Yeah,
Okay, if
yeah.
Poch comes back, it means that actually we are giving him another chance. We are not pushing any pressure over Levy. If Poch really loves Spurs, he should decline the job offer from Levy.
yeah, but
Right.
what we have to do is get Levy out and put Poch back. Then we get the
Yeah, that's
nice
the thing.
football
But the problem, Ellie,
and give
getting
him the
Levy out is
investment. Give him the
that's the hard.
investment.
That's the hardest part, right? It's like moving a mountain to get Levy out, right? And there's something really, really drastic
No,
happens, right? Somebody comes in and sack him or something like that. But to tell you the truth, at the moment now, I would rather see Poch go there, right? To at least, right, kill the idea, right, that Poch is coming back to Spurs. That will at least, give Levy some pressure, right, to say that he's got no reach to get up to Poch, to pull the wool over the eyes against or to the rest of the fan base that he's been doing all these
Yeah,
years.
because he knows
That's what I
people
want.
love him.
Yeah,
The
yeah. A
majority
lot of
of
people
Spurs
love him.
fans love him, but some of them don't want to see him come back because they
Yeah,
say
yeah,
it's never the same the second time round.
yeah, yeah. But the thing is, it's very simple. No manager will succeed under this spot. That's true,
It's
right?
true
That's what I
because
said.
they
That's why.
don't
That's
back
why.
them properly.
Yeah,
They
you
just
don't.
about do enough to get top
Uh,
four. They just about do enough to
but
make sure they
Ellie,
get top
that
four.
that 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 is Daniel Levy's
Not good
business
enough.
model. No, that's the business model that he has. Just
Yeah,
do good
it
enough
is.
to make
It
top
is
four.
just
That's
enough
the
to
business
make
model.
top four, so we can
Yeah,
make our 100 whatever million pounds
yeah,
from the revenue,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
we can pump
In
that
Champions
into
League.
our bank accounts.
No, pump it into their property portfolio
Yeah,
so they buy
they
more
put it in their
property
bank
around.
accounts and they invest it in the
Yeah,
property
yeah,
around
yeah.
Tottenham and
Like what
Argentina.
Wayne Bonner says too. He loves Poch too, right? But if he comes back now, right, I'll just be screwed the same way he was done the first time, right? And to tell
Yeah,
the truth, right, if Poch comes back now, right, I'll lose respect for him. Simple
I'll
as that.
also lose respect for him. It
I'll
means
lose
that he
respect for
doesn't
him.
care.
No,
Yeah,
it's not saying he
I
doesn't care. I mean, why would you come back, right? To tell the truth, a lot of people say get Conte out, get in a new manager, rebuild, blah blah blah. I'm saying if you get Conte out now, right, you replace him with another manager, right? It doesn't matter who you replace him with. If Levy wants to reach that top four, which is his target, and that manager can't bring the top four
trophies.
with this group of players, there's no way, right? Right? If you bring Poch back, Poch will have to spend another what another two transfer windows, spending another £300 million just to
Yeah.
reach that
No,
level.
I think Poch can take us to top 4, but top 4 is not enough. We want trophies right now.
I
Yeah,
honestly believe this is my honest opinion. If
yeah.
Levy sacks Conte, I honestly believe that's the end of Levy.
Mm,
The
uh,
fans
He
will
won't
go.
sack him.
no,
Conte would
yeah,
walk. I
but
think
Ellie,
I know
no,
he will walk. He will
but
walk before he
Ellie,
sacks
the,
him.
the,
But
the
I'm
thing is
saying
that
if he don't sack him,
Levy,
I think that is
Ellie,
the end of
I,
him.
I, I can tell you this, right? Since this January, not this coming January, the last January, right? The Conte out seed has already been planted into the fan base. And that seed now has grown into a tree, you see. So when the results go southwards, right, the fans will actually turn on Conte. And then when Levy sacks Conte, right, then the fans will say, oh, you did a good job in second Conte. I mean, there will
Yeah,
be a
but
part of fan base
I
will do
don't
that,
think
right?
most of the intelligent fans would say that because they can
No,
see
yeah,
something that Conte's
the
doing. I
yeah,
see something that Conte's doing.
uh,
He just hasn't got the personnel to.
yeah, we all, but Ellie, we all
Yeah.
see that.
That's why
Remember
you've got to
when
get rid of these owners and get
when
people that can
a
back
lot
them.
of us in a lot of us in the fan base, right? When we brought in Conte, we already said if Levy brings in Conte, right? Levy is actually pushing himself against the back of pushing his back against the wall, because if he doesn't back his manager, right, a lot of the fan base will actually find out what is going on. But after now, nearly how many months now? Now is exactly 12, 13, 14 months along the line, right? I see the trend is moving back, right? Oh, Conte is the problem. It's always Conte is the problem. The manager is the problem again. So and when you say the truth, I think what Levy has done, he's cornered, right, a market, right, when the fans are not that intelligent. Simple as that.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Sorry
Lee.
to say, guys,
Right.
not to
You
offend
are
anyone.
right. Because
Right.
I was watching a guy, I won't mention his name, he's Conte in. I love Conte. Conte's the best thing since sliced bread, even though we weren't playing pretty football. He was saying it was the ball's fault. And now it's all Conte out. So I called him out on his WhatsApp site and he called me a child.
Mhm.
He called
Okay.
me a child and childish.
Okay.
Come
Right.
on.
Yeah. No,
You
that's the
know,
best part. That's what Levy does. He divides the fan base. It's a divide and conquer scenario. That's how I see it, right? That's why our fan base will never unite and actually go against the one problem that actually is there, which
yeah,
is
the
we all
problem
know
is
who it
Levy,
is.
right? We all know this.
Yeah.
Even the unintelligent fans know it, but
Yeah.
they will go against the manager, like Levy would go against the manager, and then,
Yeah.
like you said, the whole circus will start again. If Levy is
Yeah.
not ousted, the whole circus will start again.
Yeah, it always does. So in that day, like I said, being a fan, we love the club, right? No matter what, whether the owner is there, whether the manager is there, whether the players are there, in the end of the day, it's the club, right? We are not there to love the manager, love the players, or love the owners. So if you want success for the club, then depending your definition of success, there's always that argument that comes out, right? Whether you want financial stability as a success or you want trophies as a success, right? But if you say, okay, while we are arguing about our owners here, you look at Keshav. Keshav is a West Ham fan because he knows that his club and their ambitions, right, even reaching the Europa Conference League, you guys are happy, correct? And your owners don't come and tell you, right? Oh, we are aiming. Your owners will come and tell you that we are aiming for Europe, right? And we will try our best, correct?
Hmm. Yep.
Right? Our owners will come and tell us, right? We want to be the best. We want to be elite. We want to win things, but
Yeah,
never put in the effort.
they won't put their money where their mouth is.
Yeah, they won't put in the
Yeah.
effort. So that's the problem, right?
You
And
know
that's what
what?
Tony says is very true. This fan base is a joke. Too
Yeah,
many happy clappers don't care about the titles and those who Levy fans are relies on, right? 6 sporting directors, soon 15 coaches or managers, a common denomination. So it is what it is, right? But
you
like I
know,
said, everyone has got their own opinion to it.
Eugene, I want to say something, right? I was watching Danny Blanchflower's interview. I saw it before, but it
Okay.
just reminded me of what is the case. This was in the 1960s, remember? He said this. He said, football, right? Because he was seen as a troublemaker, Danny Blanchflower. He's our double winning captain.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. This is the man who did the double with Spurs. He said
Mhm.
football is run by rich men who haven't got a clue what a football club means to the fans or what a football club means to the community, right?
That's
They
true.
haven't got a clue, and it's still carrying on now. Rich men come with their big bucks, and they don't. They think they love football, but they love the money that it can generate. And also you'll find the biggest owners go to the clubs that are sleeping. They never
Yeah.
come to a club that's got a good history. You
Mhm.
know,
That's true.
all the
But
all the
Ali,
all the
the
all the
thing is
new
that,
owners go to Man
right?
City and Newcastle, the sleeping giants they call them.
Yeah. But the thing is that, you see, if you are like Man City or Newcastle, but that we don't go and debate on that kind of scenario, right? Uh, they come in with an objective, right? The sleeping giant, to bring back the glory days for them. You see,
Yeah,
and
but
like what
they
you're
didn't
saying,
have a glory day. Newcastle
yeah,
haven't had any glory days.
Yeah.
yeah. So
So
maybe
whereas
they,
Spurs have. So they
yeah,
think, right, who are we going to invest in? Levy won't sell to us because of reasons. I'm not going to say
once it's,
them on
yeah,
air, right?
mm,
So they go and buy Newcastle and they go and buy Man City. They had a tiny bit of history, Man City, but it was
yeah,
nothing to write home about. And they
that's
thought,
true.
right, let's challenge Manchester United and make them feel inferior to us. So it was like when you get a trophy wife. That's what it was like to the Man
Yeah.
City owners. It's a once they start losing and they don't win trophies, you see those owners if they stay there, they'll move
Mm.
on to another club.
No, but the thing is that if the owners pump in the money to buy the players with the proper manager, they will win things. Simple as that. If you have a plan,
Yeah,
right, for the football, you will win things, right? But the problem
yeah,
at the moment for our club is very simple. The thing is that when they come in, right, they pretend to be interested in the football, but deep down inside, they are more interested in your
the
money,
money.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, in the money. That's why I
and the
keep saying,
glory.
no, there's no glory. It's just the money. The
No, they
money's.
like they like the fact the Manchester
Oh
City
no, yeah, the
fans
Manchester
like the
City
fact
fan,
that
yeah,
they've got one
the,
over
that
Manchester United.
yeah,
They love it.
that glory is to boost their ego. That's
Yeah,
all.
that's it.
Yep.
That's it,
Bragging
Eugene.
rights.
It's
Yeah.
to boost
At
their
least they have
ego and
owners who want
businessmen.
bragging rights. Like that's what Roman did to Chelsea. He wanted the
Yeah,
bragging right,
yeah,
right? If you
yeah.
don't work
You're
out, I
right.
sack you. I dump it
He
another
made
100,
Chelsea the
200
You're
million.
biggest
very
London club.
intelligent, Eugene.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
intelligent man. You
yeah.
see
It's just
things.
it's all about the bragging rights. But what I always said, in the end of the day, football clubs now have become so big, right? Because it's not only local, it's international. You see fans from Malaysia, right? India, South Korea, China, Singapore,
Yeah,
Asia, the Americas, right? All over the world, being enticed
Turkey.
by what, yeah, everywhere in the world, being enticed, right, to a club, right, which is based in the UK. Simple as
mm,
that. Or England versus EPL, right? Or you talk about whether it's in Spain or whether it's in Italy, right? It's all about big money. So what I always been saying,
yeah,
the clubs should actually be owned back by the fans, because
yeah. I
fans,
agree.
the fans are like taxpayers. You get what I'm saying? You
It, this
we
is
buy we
sorry.
buy we buy packages to watch the clubs play football, right? We buy merchandise, right? Or whether it's a replica or original, that is debatable, right? But that is the money sent to the club, and that's like we are paying taxes for it. And like for people who are in the home ground, right, in the UK or in London, like for Ellie, if you're a season ticket holder, every year you have to fork up a fixed. Now you won't even say a fixed amount of money. Every year the season ticket price goes up, right, by a couple of
Yeah,
£100. Yeah. So every year you keep paying that money. So that's like taxes too. So why are these people, right, taking this money, right, and not satisfying the fan base, right? Because if you satisfy this fan base, right, be transparent, show what is going on, be truthful to the fans, in the end of the day, then the fans will be at peace, right? And remember during the ESL time, oh, the clubs should have fan representation on the board. It's been 3 years now. What's happened? everything's been swept under the carpet again. Nobody's chasing after it. Nobody's talking about it anymore, right? But the ESL is still on, right? They're still talking about the ESL, right? The breakaway, right? Because the fear of the
Oh,
English
yeah.
Premier League is going to overrun the rest of the leagues in Europe, right? That's why they need to start the ESL. So it's
Yeah.
just a sense of how are we going to reach that stage, right? In the end of the day, that's why I keep saying it's just not about Spurs fans. It's about fans from every club. If we all unite, right, and really want to do something about it, we will get our club back. We'll all get our clubs back, right? And that's what Tony has to say here, right? Doesn't give a yap about titles or Hotspur, right? Fans are just necessary evil in the investment scheme. Oh
Yeah.
no, we are not the necessary evil. We are the sponsors. That's why Levy doesn't need a stadium sponsor for how many years now, right? Because the fans are the sponsors, right? And of course, when you say in Sweden, right? Sweden is a 51% rule, right? The fans, so yeah, that's true, right?
Yeah.
So the club can do what they want, right? And charge prices which are ridiculous, you
I
know.
know.
Yeah, most expensive season tickets in Europe, right? Most expensive beer in yeah, the beer fills from the bottom of the cup. Yeah, big deal, right? Like we can't drink
Oh
beer from the
dear.
top. It fills from the top of the cup, right?
You know what though, Eugene? Football mirrors society. The
Yes,
greed in
It does.
football
It
mirrors
does.
the greed in society.
that's what I'm saying. It's like a
Yeah.
country, multicultural. Imagine we all come from different walks and cultures, right?
Yeah.
Religion. It goes beyond everything, right? You know, when the world is having so much turmoil because of all these issues, but when it comes to football, it doesn't matter who you are, what you are, right? We all unite and hold the same banner. Simple as that, right? So, maybe in 10, 20 years' time, that might happen for us. But at the moment, I don't think so. We are always fighting against a hard fight, right? And of course, Tottenham Hotspur first, yep. Second, Levy out, in out, yep. NFL first, Tottenham Hotspur, yep. We might be the first NFL, but oh, I forgot to say, big up to the 49ers, yeah. They've reached the NFC, AFC, NFC finals, right? They one more step to the Super Bowl. Sorry to say, guys, I watch NFL too.
Brain.
Uh, yeah,
Eugene
but
out.
maybe, yeah, you did. Yeah, too bad, right? I was caught in the NFL more or less the same time when I was caught with Spurs, right? That was the days, right?
I want Eugene in. Come on, Eugene in. Show your face, Eugene.
Yeah. Okay, what Wayne says now, yeah, Levy in it, wait till everything dies down, then simply ignore it. Yep, they don't care about the supporters, they deserve the cash out. That's true. That's the sad part, right? But okay, apart from the political side of that, let's get back to the football then.
Yeah.
All right, tonight we have a game. And okay, let me get the Keshav. Keshav, when is your next game coming up?
Next week Tuesday we're playing. I think FA Cup against Derby County. I think it's the fourth round. Yeah, fourth round, and then Sunday 1:30 a.m. next week we're playing Newcastle away.
Oh dear, that means
That's going to be a tough one.
Yeah,
okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's gonna be
probably
tough.
we'll lose that game, and then yeah, I don't know.
Moyes will get sacked and then he'll go to Everton.
You guys have a pretty tricky run of games. You are playing Chelsea the following week.
Yeah,
Guys,
I
we're
don't
think
laugh,
coming
right?
a fall now.
What if Moyes goes to Everton, right, and Poch goes to West Ham?
no, he's not going to go to West Ham. I'm telling you
Oh,
that he's not going to
you
West Ham.
sure?
Yep.
What
He's not.
if Lampard comes to West Ham?
Oh no, please no, no, not him. I probably, to be honest, there've actually been reports today that we might appoint Maurizio Sarri. I don't think
Oh,
I think,
sorry. I'm sorry,
yeah,
won't come to
Not
you guys, right?
bad.
You know, he's not going to go for a relegation battle, right?
no, this for next season, I think. But I don't know whether we're going to stay up
Next season will be the
or
championship. What's going to happen then?
uh,
Right.
well,
You
okay.
need someone to tackle this problem now.
Well, I do hope we stay
Sam
up, and I think.
Allardyce.
Oh God, no,
Uh,
Stammer, please no.
he wants Sean Dyche, but I told you don't
I
touch
want,
Sean Dyche.
I want Sean
Sean Dyche
Dyche
is
to go.
coming to Spurs.
Bro.
Sean Dyche is going to Spurs, right? So that's
I
what we
think they'll
deserve.
get
Sean
Sam
Dyche.
Allardyce.
Yeah,
No, not Stammer, please no.
Now we can
Um,
say that. Even though we are in a
well,
mess, we can tell other clubs that yeah, you're getting Sam Allardyce.
yeah.
to be honest, he plays boring football, so nobody would want to watch that type of football. Um, yeah,
Yeah. Then what DV says here? Would you start Perisic over Son? That's a good question. Would you start Perisic over Son on left? Right? Yeah. Think about it.
Then you play Sessegnon again as a left wing back. Oh dear,
They
that's
play different
disaster.
positions, really. He's a left wing back, whereas Sonny's more of a striker stroke. You don't know what Sonny
No, no,
is.
no. Sessegnon is a left
He's an
wing back.
inside left. He's an old fashioned inside left,
Yeah.
Sonny. But sometimes he even plays like from the middle, picks up the
Yeah.
ball in the
Yeah.
middle of the
Yeah.
park. He
That's
does it
true.
just as much as Kane, but when Kane does it, everybody thinks Spurs are not playing well because he's dropped into the middle, so he wants to help the midfield out. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
But
don't
Wayne
know.
Bonner says that I'll definitely start Perisic over Son. Yeah. Maybe put Son on the bench for a while,
No,
put Perisic there.
his finishing is
Right.
not good. I feel that he lacks in his finishing ability. I
But
saw that a
Son's
few times at
finishing
the
is
World
not
Cup.
that good either. I mean, not to say anything bad about Son's finishing
No,
this year
okay,
is
okay. I'll correct you on this. Sun's finishing right now has not been good, but we have seen much
Mm,
better from Sun in the past.
yes, of
Whereas
Yeah,
course.
Perisic recently has been performing poorly in his finishing. If you see his World
he
Cup
has.
campaigns as well, he missed some really easy goals. He has been
Yeah,
missing easy goals for us as well. So I would
he
rather
hasn't even
start Sun
scored.
or Perisic.
Krish, we've been missing easy goals too. So it
Yeah,
is what it
but
is.
overall, Perisic has that spell that he has been having since the World Cup.
Maybe Son bench him, not say bench him, rotate him, right? To say in a nicer word, rotate him
Yeah, give him a
for maybe
rest.
yeah,
Give him
rotate
a
him
rest.
for the first half,
They all played
right?
the World Cup as well. That's what
Yeah.
we
Then
mustn't
in the
forget
second
that they
half,
played World
yeah,
Cup.
rest him. Then when the second half comes around, bring on Son. Then you push Perisic back onto the left wing back side. Then we'll see. We'll move on from there. But that will depend on what happens during the game. That's what Conte usually does, right? Let's see what happens, right? Right. But what Scott says, I will start Brazil Son, right? I will start Perisic wing back as well. So Perisic will play two parts. Don't want to see Ses anyway. Goes to this squad.
I do want to see Cesc as well.
Yeah.
Big up, twins.
Yeah, big up, big up. Yeah, yeah.
Actually, by the way,
But,
Guguma, I wanted to ask you, how is it like
Yeah.
in Korea regarding Sunny and the whole situation? How are the Korean fans equally frustrated as us with the Sunny situation right now?
Um, the last time I looked at it, like what's going on with the fans here, yes, I think they are very frustrated. I remember before that, some Korean like football YouTubers were saying something about how like Conte shouldn't use Perisic and Sonny together.
um,
But right
But that's
now,
another narrative.
but I think right now people are just saying pretty much the same thing, that what's happened to his form and they're worried. You
yeah,
know,
that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, that's
yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
feel one other thing is that Sunny has been struggling a bit since Reggie left as well. Because Reggie and
true.
Senny had a good partnership
Mm,
from the wing to the left wing. And since Reggie has left, there has been signs in that thing. And I was discussing that with Will the other day that actually I would rather have Reggie over anyone else in the current team to start as a left wing back. Reggie
he
is
was
a
True.
good. I don't know why he left.
The thing is that once you don't get along with your manager, that's what's happened, right? But
Yeah.
what I want to ask Guguma, another thing is that, right? Have you heard any news about his personal life? Maybe that's actually affecting him. No, Sonny. Maybe he's having some troubles and all that. That's why he's mentally not there at the moment. Is there any rumors
No,
going around in Korea?
nothing about like personal life or anything like that.
Mm,
No. Also, he's not the type to like have personal life things
he doesn't
other
have
than
much
like
personal
maybe
life.
his relationship with his father,
mm-hmm.
come out. So no, I haven't heard anything.
Never heard anything. That's one curiosity I want to put on the side, right? But of course, at the moment now, uh, it's time. I guess we'll go around and just get some score predictions before we end the show, right?
Yeah.
Chinese New Year, right? I've been going around visiting relatives and all that. It's been a long day, and I'm sure Guguma has been having a good time and visiting relatives, in friends and all that, celebrating the Lunar New Year. And of course, us in Malaysia, we're all having public. I'm sure you're still on public holiday, right? Keshaf
Yeah.
and
Yep.
Krish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we're
I'm
still on
on
public holiday.
holiday until Friday.
Oh, you're until Friday. I could have worked on Thursday. And lucky you.
Right.
FNB, FNB
FNB,
problems.
FNB problems, right? But okay, uh, I'll go to Kesha first. Kesha, you think we will win, right? 2-1.
Yeah, I think you win. I think, yeah, I think Fulham have sort of done well until this stage, but I think you've got a good enough squad to do it. And like I said, I know you beat Palace 4-0, so I think you've got enough quality to sort of penetrate the defense. So I'll probably say 2-1 to Spurs. Yeah.
Yep, 2-1 to Spurs. He's not the Spurs fan, and he's optimistic for Spurs. And we Spurs fan are going, oh no, we don't see we're gonna win, right? We see we're gonna lose, right? And look at Derek Hutchinson, he's a Spurs fan. He says Fulham 3-1, right? DV says 2-1, right? Kulu Mitrovic, right? And Kane will score and Kulu will score, right? And I'll come to Ellie. Ellie,
Yeah.
will we win? Will we draw? Will it be,
I said
are we gonna get smacked?
3-2 to Spurs, right? Because I think we're going to buck up our ideas, and away from home, we do relax a bit more,
Mhm.
and play a little bit better football. Not tremendously better, but we seem to be more proficient away from home. I think we scored the second most away goals in the league, I
Oh,
believe.
that's a
At the
Yeah,
good one.
moment, yes.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
yeah. I think
yeah.
Manchester City are the only club who's beaten us. So yeah, I'm going for a 3-2 victory, Eugene. Come on, you Spurs.
3-2. Yeah, come on, you
Yeah.
Spurs. Right. Let me read Scott M's prediction. 3-1 if Son and Hugo start. For 3-1 is Spurs 3-1 or Fulham 3-1. You will be more right.
Yeah, he's
I think
been
3-1 to Spurs if
that was
Son and Hugo
balloon.
start. Right. Right.
No, he's
4-1 to
saying
Fulham if
3-1.
3-1 we
uh,
lose if Son and
no
Hugo start,
no
and 4-1 if
3-1
Fulham
3-1 if Hugo and Son
Fulham
starts, we
play.
will win. 4-1 if
Yeah.
Foster plays.
I think
I disagree. I disagree. I I
Uh,
very much disagree with this.
okay,
I think
all
he
right.
means Fulham
Hey
will win
Bob.
through 3-1. Not
Hey, Bob
saying
Spur,
Hugo.
Bobby, big up. Right, Lampard sack. We know
Yeah,
that. Ian Neff broke the news
Lampard
earlier.
sack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Why don't you
and
come and break the breaking news?
yeah, yeah. Bobby's working at the moment, I guess.
You
Right.
know
Hope you're doing
Lampard
well, Bobby.
he's a member of Mensa. You know this?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's
Oh
a
He's
very
wow.
intelligent boy, but
yeah.
he's
His
not
IQ
so
is 100
intelligent
and
at
100
keeping his
120
job.
plus, if not mistaken. Yeah, yeah. Too smart sometimes, maybe.
Too smart.
I, yeah,
The
too smart.
footballers, he has to dumb it down a bit, doesn't he,
Yeah,
Eugene?
yeah. Right, right. And then Tony, yeah, we know Tony, right? I know. Right. Okay. Ellie says 3-2. Keshav says 2-1. Oh, that's quite positive. Elias is the one saying he's gonna draw.
1-1 draw.
1-1 draw.
1-1 or 2-2. Yeah.
1-1
It would
2-2.
be a draw.
Guguma?
I can say that for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Guguma?
I agree with my twin, Scott M. 3-1 Spurs.
Yay, 3-1
Come on,
Spurs.
Guru.
Okay.
Yes. I think
Yeah.
especially because, you know, it hasn't been good mood at the club, and like especially with like everything going with Conte, hopefully like all the players will, and fight. So yes. Hmm.
No way.
Okay, DV is asking my score prediction. I tell you, right, what I've seen lately, most probably, well, we will go 2-0 down first, right? Like we always do, right? Concede first, right? And play a bad first half as usual, because hopefully when we play the bad first half, then we'll come back again, right, in the second half, and hook or by crook, maybe we'll scrape through with a draw. I'll go for a 2-2 draw. I'll see that. Instead of 1-1 draw, 2-2 draw. Don't forget Craven Cottage. It's still a London derby. It's not going to be easy. There's no pushovers. But a lot of us were not that optimistic for the Crystal Palace game. But let's see what happens, right? My heart, of course, will say I want Spurs to win. But of course, my head will be saying, with what's happening at the moment, the morale is down, right? Not sure whether the dressing room is united at the moment, right? And with Hugo Lloris flapping here and there,
Let me
mistakes
say one thing here. Our dressing room is like United was in last season, not United.
United was in last season, right? Conte walk, not out. Yep. We all want Conte to walk, right? To show up our owners, right? And Keshav, no games until
Next week
when's
Tuesday.
the next week Tuesday. So by the time you go to your game next week Tuesday, that means we will already played Preston, if I'm not mistaken, in the FA Cup, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
When is our
the FA
Preston
Cup,
game?
our Preston, I think it's either Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Saturday, about 2 a.m. our time. Yeah, 2 a.m. our time. So, guys, thanks for coming on. Right, before we say bye, let me give a big shout out to all you guys in the chats today. We have about nearly 15 people watching. Right, Preston game, DV say, big up the DV. Preston game will be an interesting one, depending what happens. For all we know, Conte will be sacked if we get smacked. Right, but guys, don't forget, Levy will always sack a manager once they are not in contention for Europe. Simple as that,
Yep.
right? We always have to put that in mind, right? That's what
Yeah.
Levy does, right? Big up to Scotty, big up to Bob Spur, right? Big up to Tony, big up to Tony, big up guys. Derek Hutchinson, big up Derek, right? Who else we have? Wayne Bonner, big up Wayne, right? Big up to Wayne, big up Wayne. Who else? Who else has been on, right? Tony Wayne, a lot of Scott Ian Meff, yep, of course, big up to Ian Meff too. He was the one who
Hello,
gave us the breaking news on uh, Lampard being sacked, right? Chris Agamba, big up Chris. Reload X, 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 big up the reload. Chelsea OG, big up, thanks for support, right? Chelsea OG, oh, Guguma's in the chats too. Who else do we have, right? Ian Meff, Scott Ingwa, big up Ingwa. Hope to see you soon the next time when you come back to Malaysia, Ingwa, right? Once your holiday break, right? And Elias Krish is also in that. And not to forget Clement, big up to Clement, right? And Clement asked, and Clement, Google Clement asked you a question.
I think that was because I went away for a second. And I came.
Okay, all right. And of course, Ellie's in the chats, right? And Guguma is in the big up to Ellie. Mark Cousins, big up Mark Cousins, right? And of course, all right, guys. If you're not subscribed to the Elias's new channel, he started up a new channel. He'll be the second Malaysian Spurs channel to come up soon, right? Elias, let me know. When are you most probably be posting our videos?
Okay, so I'm actually doing a video shortly, and I'm doing this video with a few fans from all over the world. They are going to share certain thoughts on the current situation and how they have been Spurs fans. So this video will be out by the end of this week. That video will be out, and then afterwards, I will be actually inviting some of the same fans from different countries to come and share their thoughts on that. I'm also planning to do a ladies show with Ellie, and in that ladies show, we'll only talk about ladies football, no men's football in that. So yeah, it's an interesting month ahead. So go and click the subscribe button and click the bell icon as well, so you'll be notified when I post the video or when I'm going live. You'll be notified. Yeah.
Yep. Guys, go over and give show some love to Elias, right? Leaning out, Bobby. Yeah, women with bad teeth. Okay, Bobby. Big up the Phil P. Woo! Right, big up the Phil P. Yeah. Who else do we have? Did I miss anyone? Did I miss? Okay, Fuad Farah. Big up to Fuad Farah too. Right. And guess we'll come at Chen Yao. Yeah, big up. Happy Chinese New Year. Right. Kung Si Fa Chai. Right. Guys, thanks for right. Krish has put his channel in. Right. Thanks for being on. And guys, when I'm doing this, please remember to remove your headphones. The ending part is a bit loud, right? Big up, guys. I'll see you in a bit.
Can we wish you Chinese New Year, Eugene, please, before we go? Gong Si
Sure.
Fa Chai.
What animal are we celebrating? What animal?
Rabbit.
It's the year of
Rabbit.
Bunny rabbit.
We are in the year of the rabbit, right? The year to go forth and multiply.
Yes.
Good luck.
Multiply
I can't do that anymore,
our right wing
Eugene.
backs, is it?
I can't
No,
multiply.
multiply. I don't care whether it's right wing backs. Just multiply our
past
transfer
that
window.
age.
And the worst part is, right, Keshav, as a West Ham fan, right, has already got players in. So we are still waiting for whatever is happening. Yeah, right. All right, guys.
We are getting Biscuit as our new right wing back.
Been a pleasure.
All right, we'll
Thank
catch you on the back room,
you.
right? All right, just hold on.
Yep.
Let me do this.